Hello, my name is Anton Carranceja, and I will present God's family tree, beginning with creation and how it started. God created everything in this universe, from the heavenly objects to earth and all of the wonders it has, out of love. It was all good, all His creation. He created us humans to care for creation. Adam and Eve disobeyed God by eating the forbidden fruit and listening to the temptation of the serpent, destroying their relationship with God. God wants to restore His relationship with us when we break it with sin. When sin spread so bad, God was said to have destroyed the world with a flood. He promised never to do that again. And at the end of the flood was a rainbow as a sign of that covenant and His love. God will always love us and try to save us from sin. About 4,000 years ago, God wanted to establish a nation. He wanted them to be the people who would save the world from sin. It would have a long history, but it had a beginning from patriarchs and matriarchs. It all started with the covenant that God made with Abraham. Abraham is the father of the biblical faith. He is so faithful to God that he was willing to sacrifice his own son Isaac to show God his faith. Isaac was a son and blessing for him and his wife Sarah after a long time of patience and faith in old age, as Abraham had his first son Ishmael with their Egyptian servant Hagar during the wait. God promised that Abraham would be blessed with many descendants in a new nation and the promised land. The sign of the covenant was the circumcision. Jacob is a grandson of Abraham. He is the younger son of Isaac and Rebekah, who deceived his older brother Esau into giving him the birthright meant for the firstborn son, and also tricks his father into giving him the blessing to seal the right to head the clan that was meant for Esau. To escape his brother's wrath to kill him, Jacob flees and has a dream of the sign that he would be the head of the chosen people and line of the Messiah. After 7 years of working with his uncle Laban, he is tricked into marrying Leah instead of Rachel, who he is in love with, and must work 7 more years. He decides to leave his deceptive uncle with his family and household. On the way back home to Canaan, Jacob becomes Israel, the father of the chosen people, the Israelites, and his 12 sons become the 12 tribes of Israel. Joseph is the firstborn of Rachel and one of Jacob's many sons. He was Jacob's favorite son, which caused his brothers to be jealous of him and eventually sell him into slavery after Joseph dreams of boastful supremacy that even Jacob rebukes. Joseph eventually becomes the governor of Egypt, second only to the Pharaoh, because he interpreted the Pharaoh's dream that a famine was coming and they could store surplus grain. When his brothers, except the youngest and full brother Benjamin, go to Egypt to buy grain during the famine, Joseph, not revealing his identity as their brother, tricks them multiple times, like imprisoning them as supposed spies and getting them to bring Benjamin to him, putting his goblet in Ben's sack to make Ben stay behind as a slave. Judah says that he would take Benjamin's place because Jacob would die if Ben did not return, and Joseph cries and reveals his identity, blaming himself for the misdeeds of his brothers in the past, and now he was in position to save them, which shows they have all grown to make sacrifices and not be selfish, so they had a happy ending together with their father and their families in Egypt. Thank you for watching.